Welcome back to Candy's Classic Game Shrine, everyone, and today, on Adventures in the Third Dimension, we're going to review Virtual Lab for the Virtual Boy. Virtual Lab for the Virtual Boy was developed by Nacoty and published by J-Wing. This Japanese exclusive released on December 8th, 1995. Virtual Lab is one of the super rare and expensive titles for the Virtual Boy. It's believed to be a limited quantity game because Nintendo supposedly gave the final marching orders of the Virtual Boy as this game was in development. And in an effort to make up as much of the money that they spent on development, it was then rushed to market. Never before have I seen a puzzle game with such a detailed story. This thing even has a little comic in the manual. And thanks to the excellent translation work of Benjamin Stevens, we can now know what the fuck is going on in this game. In AD 2095, on a marine blue planet far from Earth, a Cosmo Station was made. Inside the station, a center for space development was placed, where many scientists gather together and where various researches have been made. One of the scientists, Dr. Katagiri, who is also the head of the Virtual Lab Research Institute, was examining the ecology of the ultimate organism, Mu.
If I announced a momentous discovery of the organism at the upcoming meeting at the Research Institute, my name can be increased even more.
Feeling completely well, the doctor had been taking a nap in his room when an assistant came into the room in a panicked state and told him the following.
Dr. Katagiri, this is serious. There's been an emergency.
The two of them rushed to the special laboratory in a hurry and saw that the automatic room temperature regulator had failed. Due to an increase in room temperature, the Mu form had caused a proliferative reaction.
Oh no, this is terrible. If this becomes known to the members of the Institute, my name will be tarnished. Mr. Kai, this cannot be mentioned to anyone. Because of this, I am going to hide for a while.
This? What should I do about this situation?
Just leave this matter to Lisa. Yes, because it is probably about the time when her classwork ends.
That isn't really a good reason, Doctor.
Kai also left the room, chasing after the doctor, who was already no longer visible. What's this? When Lisa opened the door to the laboratory as usual, there was an unusual sight. Before her eyes, strange organisms covered the room from wall to wall. What are these? These are not the organisms my father has been studying. She didn't see anybody inside the room and wanted to run away. Unexpectedly, she noticed a note on the desk. Written on it was the cause of the situation and how to deal with the organisms. Having Mr. Kai's "looking for the doctor" note and father's "I wish you the best" message in hand, her body stiffened. With such in front of her eyes, the moos continue to increase rapidly. So now that we know what the story is, let's figure out the controls. The left and right D-pad controls the panels of Mu, and when you press down, it accelerates the descent of the panels. A or R rotates the Mu panels clockwise. B changes the position of multiple panels, Start will pause the game, and Select adjusts the IPD screen while paused. The key to this game is to clear the field of all the Mu by connecting pieces together and capping them off by adding an end piece or having the panel openings face a wall or the floor. Every time you clear Mu, Lisa, the girl on the screen, will jump up with glee. If you connect 10 or more Mu together and clear them, a fairy will appear on screen and remove the bottom row of Mu panels. If you cross the top of the line on the field, the game is over, much like in the games of Tetris, Dr. Mario, Quarth, etc. There are a total of 100 levels in this game, and once you reach level 100, the level continues to repeat. There's a little bug in this game that can be used to your benefit. If you pause the game and want to know what the playing field looks like before you start back up again, press A and you'll quickly see the layout without having to start the game back up again, as you can briefly see here. The controls are beyond slippery, and in a puzzle game where precision is key, it makes it nearly unplayable. If you tap left or right as gently as possible, the panels go flying from one end of the screen to the other. This is not because I'm emulating for footage. The real game does this too. As far as the music and sound effects go, they all sound like they belong in a knockoff Game Boy system or something. There's one track for the game that's more or less a loop of itself, and the sound effects sound like something out of Pac-Man on the 2600. It genuinely shocks me how something so bad got by Nintendo's seal of quality. If you're looking to add this game to your library, this is another one of those titles where you're going to need to sell one of your children in order to get it. A loose Japanese copy goes for about $760, and a complete in-box one goes for about $1,500. On the plus side, there's no language barrier, so you can easily play through it if you don't speak Japanese. After knowing how expensive the game is, should you try to get your hands on a copy? No. No, for the love of gaming, no. Virtual Lab plays and sounds like a very poorly done homebrew game. According to others more tech-savvy with the development aspect of these games, the coding in the game is done just as poorly as everything else. If you want to give it a try, emulate it or toss it on a Flash Boy. You're not missing out on any real 3D effect anyway. So that was my review of Virtual Lab for the Virtual Boy. Let me know what you guys thought of the game and the video in the comments below, and until next time guys, take care.